I call this meeting back to order.
We finished our
This chairman's going to put on her.
Before I start, I just want to say, we will be just,
You need the mic.
I need that small.
I think they replaced the
Can you hear me okay now? That's okay, Kevin fixed it. I had a long presentation, we pulled a lot out because we covered some things, so it does sound a little disjointed in some areas, it's because of that. But to save time, I would like to do that. So, first of all, I would like to thank you. My name is Tina Emerson, my husband.
I hate to do this. I'm going to have to lodge an objection. I mean, the board in a quasi-judicial setting has to receive evidence, not a presentation. This is where you call witnesses, present documents, those witnesses verify what those documents are. You all are allowed to evaluate. You're not allowed in a quasi-judicial setting to take a presentation that she's saying who knows what these things are. That's not evidence. So I object to the presentation being submitted versus the calling of witnesses and the submission of particular pieces of evidence like a picture or a deed or a document. That's appropriate for this kind of proceeding. I object to a presentation type form.
Our attorney will respond to that.
I think she doesn't have to have someone call herself as a witness,
I agree with that.
but she has to go through as if she were being called.
Correct.
Put a document, photograph, whatever it is, you can put it on the screen, identify it by the number on the line, and then you testify as if someone were asking you a question, as to what it is.
Okay.
So could I ask for that objection to be sustained or overruled?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, so
I'll let her go through the first slide and we'll take them one at a time.
I think that's what we have.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Can you speak as close to mine as you can?
Okay. Is that better?
Good.
Better. Okay, thank you. My name is Tina Emerson. My husband, John Emerson, and I are here today to present to you the facts of this voter challenge. Thank you for taking the time away from work and giving us the opportunity to present the facts about why you are here. When someone comes to the County Board of Election, this is, I guess it's not, but it's,
I'm happy to try and do these in an organized fashion, but we're already past the first slide. There's been no information provided as to what this is or how it would be relevant to this decision. So,
It's not labeled, and so I'm assuming it's just a cover.
okay, you're not asking this to be admitted. Okay. I'll withdraw my objection.
And what you need to do is, for the records, is say what exhibit number that you're showing everybody,
okay.
and then you can tell what it is and what you want to point out on it.
Okay. On the screen is Exhibit 1, which is from the North Carolina State Board of Election, which is the North Carolina voter registration application. When someone comes to the County Board of Election to register to vote, they are given an application to fill
I would
out.
object at this point as to the foundation for having expertise to testify about what happens when someone comes to the Board of Elections to register to vote.
And what you can't really speak, what you have to do is you put the document in your identifier. So now what you need to do is to, I have for you to point out what the document says. As was done where they highlighted and arched or whatever, if you want to point out parts of this, if you want to petition the board, that's what you do. And at some point, you need to say, I tender this as
just because I did it more as a presentation, so it's more reading, but I will try and comply with that, yes, thank you. According to the North Carolina General Statute.
Objection again.
You need to tell us what that document is and what that exhibit is.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
You're, thank you. This is the North Carolina voter registration application. This is a blank form that is handed out at all of the voter registration addresses in the county. And this is the form that someone would fill out when they come to register.
I'm sorry.
It has been.
I would object again as to lack of foundation for her to know what is handed out to every individual that comes to register at the Board of Elections. She's not qualified as an expert in election law or have any other foundation to support what she's testifying to.
Mr. Kennedy, can I ask you a question? Does that help? You can, because it's not really clear. This document is something that you have personal knowledge of. And you want to say what your knowledge is, personal knowledge you have. And is there some, I know this is blank, it's not science, but for example, if you had something you fill out, you could put it on the screen and say, this is one, I'm North Carolina voter registration application that I complete. Or you could say, this is the same form that I completed, and I will point out, there's a section in here that says this. I'm trying not, I can't give you advice, but I think it helps us move this along so it's not even
Thank you.
So you need to tell us why this particular document is relevant.
Okay. I'm presenting to you the document that I received to fill out to be a registered voter here in the county. What, this is exhibit?
You want to just ask that that be given as evidence, or are you planning to do more with it?
I would like to ask that it be admitted into evidence.
Admitted.
Thank you.
There's no objection as to this exhibit one. Now I'm going to mark mine as OPP exhibit one so there's not confusion between the two. OPP.
This is exhibit 2. This is the postcard that I received once I was registered in Graham County as a registered voter. According to North Carolina General Statutes 163-82-7.
Again, I would object that statute is not what is being offered on the screen here and our ability to testify what's in it. We don't have it in front of us.
I do have to sustain an objection.
Okay. What I'm showing you here is that this is the postcard that we received from the Director of Elections, Graham County Board of Elections, from Robbinsville to me at our home on 124 Santeetlah Trail, Lake Santeetlah, North Carolina. This voter registration card is the card that gives us the authority
I would
to
object
vote at this.
again because she's not made any foundation for being an expert in election laws to what authority it would give her. She doesn't have the ability to testify to this.
I have to sustain it again. Don't get rid of it.
Just see what it is. It's the
Okay.
voter registration.
It's the voter registration card that we received.
And if there's any part of that document that you want to call special attention to the board, you can do that. By saying, look on this section, it says this. You want to do that.
If you'll, can you go back this time? It's exhibit 2.
You want to enter that in as exhibit 2?
Yes, please, I wasn't done yet though. I would like to just point out that on this registration card, again, my name is Tina Emerson. I live at 124 Santeetlah Trail, Lake Santeetlah, North Carolina, and I would like to enter this in as Exhibit 2, I believe it is.
Admitted.
Thank you.
No objection as to this.
John, could you please go to the- I would like to enter this into Exhibit 3. This is a map of the town of Lake Santeetlah, and it points out to you our address at 124 Santeetlah Trail. As you can see, it's a dead-end road. I've also pointed out that Diane lives on Black Bear Court, which is at the point there of her name, and that Jim lives at on Cherokee Lane, which is pointed out there. As you can see, the map of the town of Lake Santeetlah.
So, just for clarity in the record, mine is marked Exhibit 4 here. It's, okay, so
Yes, we skipped over some, and I'm not going to ask if those up in
since you've already marked these, can we just, for simplicity, keep the numbers are here, even though there'll be gaps? Would that be all right?
I'll try that. Okay. I would like,
Exhibit 4.
I would like to ask that this be submitted to the record as Exhibit 4.
No objection as to Exhibit 4.
Can you go to the next one?
I just want to clarify, so was that admitted, Ms. Colmar?
Yes.
Thank you.
I would like to submit to you Exhibit 5, I believe this is. These are a picture, this is a picture of our road, Santeetlah Trail. You can see our truck is parked in the driveway, and it is looking back at our truck from the dead-end road. One picture is looking at the dead end, the cul-de-sac, if you will, and the other picture is looking back. This is not a thoroughfare. You don't drive by or pass by. It's a dead-end road. And I would like to submit this as Exhibit 6, I believe.
Can it's Exhibit 5, I believe, you changed it to 5, and you told us the date it was taken.
Yes, it was taken last week.
I guess I would object to the relevancy of these photos if they're coming from last week. This isn't during the challenge period. There is also nothing on the photos that indicate the date, but that would be my objection.
Overruled.
So admitted as to Exhibit 5.
Yes.
I would like to
We'll object to this in the consideration of
I think you missed a couple of them. Maybe they got lost. At the patio. Oh, yes. Can you go back to it again? I would like to submit to you the following exhibits. This is a view of our house on 124 Santeetlah Road, taken during the daytime and also taken at the nighttime. This is Exhibit 8. Thank you. My numbers on my sheet are all different, so I'm sorry about that. And I would like to submit this and the following pictures of our house also. Could you go to the
Can you tell me the date of this picture?
Yes, that, I'm going to guess that it was on the 15th. If
I would
guess
object to
it was
guessing versus having information.
It was within the last month.
Overruled, let's close it. It's admitted, Exhibit 8.
8, okay. John, could you please go to the next one? This is Exhibit 9. This is also taken at the same time within the last month. This is a view of our house, our stairs and our patio from the driveway going down to
No objection on exhibit 9.
Are you asking for it to be admitted?
Yes, please.
Admitted.
Exhibit 9. I submit to you the next exhibit is a view of our dock and our house from the dock during the day, looking down, and also from our house on the dock looking up. This would be, I believe, exhibit 10, and I am submitting this to you that this is our house that you can see, and you can see from the road.
Okay.
Also within the last one. They were all taken at this on the same day.
We need to address each.
Okay.
I don't have an objection to number 10. If what we're looking at is 10, right? No objection to it being a picture of the pontoon boat. I don't have an
Admitted.
I would like to submit to you the next piece of evidence. This is actually evidence from Diane's challenge. It's exhibit
11.
11, thank you. Exhibit 11 that she took on November 11th, 2021. And also the second picture is taken exhibit 12, I believe, taken on December 12th.
We'll object to this exhibit. If you look at the exhibit stickers at the bottom, this is not December 12th, it's December 14th. 1 second. I'll speak up. When you look at this exhibit sticker stamp indicates it's December 14th. The narrative at the top says December 12th. I would object to it being a misrepresentation of the exhibit that is referencing.
I would just like to point out that the pictures are one and then the other, and the difference is the leaves on the picture. It's the fall, both pictures are of the fall of 2021, and that the leaves have been cleaned up, and that is what I'm showing up. And this is exhibit, I'm asking that exhibit 12, I guess this would be, to be submitted.
I'm going to overrule the objection, but I want the board to take into account the difference in the dates as specified by Mr. Norwood and Ms. Emerson. 11 will be admitted.
Thank you. On the next slide. Oh, that's the next one. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is also pictures from Mr. Norris' presentation with the old truck. Well, from January 4th, 2022 and January 7th, 2022. And I would just like to submit to you that the truck is moved, and also you will notice on the road going into the driveway that there are tire tracks in front of our house. And I would like to submit to you this as exhibit 13, I believe.
I've got 12.
Exhibit
12.
12.
12, okay. I need to write this.
You said you had no objection.
Not for this one.
Admitted.
I would like to submit to you, this is pictures that I took on January the 6th of the front entrance of the town of Lake Santeetlah, where they were doing construction work, and I took these pictures for a January board of election, January town council meeting, and also on January 7th, I took this picture of a goose laying there with this Christmas scarf, and I would like to submit these as evidence for exhibit 13.
I may have missed something. Did she indicate that she took the second picture on the 7th?
Okay.
I don't have an objection.
Admitted.
I'd like to submit to you this picture of our oldest resident of Lake Santeetlah at a Christmas party that we attended after Christmas in January of
understand, but what is this intended to show?
It's intended to show that I was in the town of like Santeetlah at that time. Since the challenger is saying that we're not here and that we don't live here, this shows that we attend Christmas parties and that we have get-togethers with people that are here.
I would object both to mischaracterization of the testimony and that they have not, there's no testimony that they've never come to the town of Lake Santeetlah. There's no date on this photo. I don't know who this gentleman is. Nothing has been authenticated as to its contents or who is in it. And I don't think it's relevant.
Did you take the picture, Ms. Emerson?
I did.
Overruled.
Exhibit 14.
Yes.
I'd like to submit that as a
Admitted.
I'd like to submit to you a picture from our security camera on January 11th, 2022 at 11:50 a.m. This is a picture of our driveway from the front of the house, our old Suburban and high Volvo right there, and the red Honda belongs to Diane, and I am submitting this as evidence number 15, please. I'd like to submit.
I will object to this one. I think she indicated that her security camera takes this, not her, so this is not a photo that she can attest to the date and time or stamp on. There's nothing in this photo, the actual image of it, that would indicate date or time. And she can't verify that this was taken at that time either, because she didn't take it.
The
Ms.
camera.
Emerson, did you download that from your security camera?
I did. It's through Link. It automatically updates the date and time on its own through Amazon. So I have no control over the date and time. And it comes stamped. What you can see is this cottage front door, 2022-01, and then it says
I'm seeing that date now.
Okay, and then the time after that is 11:50 and 10 seconds.
I'll withdraw the objection on this.
Admitted. Is exhibit 16.
Number 15, please. This is another picture I'd like to submit to you from our security camera. This is a picture of me going down the steps to our home, and this was on February the 10th, and the time is it's in military time, so it's 15:18 and 7 seconds. So that is at 3 o'clock and 18 minutes. And I'd like to submit to you that, please, as exhibit 16.
Can you repeat the date that was taken again?
This is taken on February the 10th of 2022.
I do see on the previous one where that showed up. I'm not seeing the format consistency here. I'm not seeing any data on the bottom here.
Sometimes the pictures are saved on a flash drive, and then if the internet is out, and then other times it is saved like in the cloud. And so when they come, it depends on how it is. I don't have any control, like I said, over if it stands with the date or not. So I submit to you that that's the date that it was on February the 10th.
Mr. Moore, are you objecting to that?
I'll still keep the objection because there's nothing that she didn't take this photo. There's nothing that indicates the date on the photo, and I don't think she can verify.
Overruled. Admitted. Is it exhibit 16?
The next picture is taken on the same day by the security camera, but you'll notice that the time is at 15:22, which is 3 o'clock and 22 minutes and 7 seconds. Can you go back one more, John? You'll see that the picture there is picture 04 that the camera took, and the next picture is 05. There was nothing in between. There's only a couple of minutes in between that I had just walked down the steps and that Diane drove by in a red Honda. And I'd like to submit that to you as evidence number 17.
Admitted.
I don't have an objection I'll review. Well, I don't have an objection on this one.
I would like to show you here a picture, the two pictures that This is not a vacation home, that we garden. This is a picture showing that we actually do work at this house, like people do at their house. So this is a picture of Goose and a picture of John breaking the leaves. And I cannot give you the dates because I have so many, so I would just like to submit that to you. The rest of the pictures I did not think about putting the dates on, but I would still like to submit them to you, that this is our house, this is us doing the work in this house. So I would like to submit this as evidence, number 17.
I think I've got 18 on mine.
18, okay, thank you.
I would object on this one again, no dates, no authentication. And again, there's also argument that this is not the actual exhibit and not a vacation home, is not actual evidence.
Sustained.
Again, I'd like to tell you work that has been done in our house. These are pictures of us moving rock and working. And again, I do not have dates on the pictures, and I can't tell you off the top of my head. Like I said before, I take a lot of pictures, and we do a lot of work. So I just wanted to show you some of these, and I would like to enter this as Exhibit 19.
Same objection again, we don't have dates, we don't have any way off particular list.
Sustained.
This is another picture showing that we have had the car and vehicles serviced here. These are pictures from the boat and auto shop, and also a screenshot from the security camera of John shop backing our cars. I would like to submit these to you as evidence.
Can you mark that picture we see, you can see it later, but not on the stage, please? If you see it,
I see that at the top it says 2022, and I can tell you that this was in the last 2 months. So the shop-
1832, 53122, 622.
We really can't have other folks testify.
Sorry.
So I'm really not trying to be difficult, but those receipts would be evidence. But a picture of them that aren't the complete receipts that would allow us to look at everything on the document is not evidence. I object to those being admitted as well as the other photos we don't have a timestamp for or anything else in there. I also note, as part of my objection, these are documents that would have fallen in the categories of information that the board subpoenaed to be produced. And that they raised an objection and did not produce those documents, but are cherry picking some of them to take a picture of. And I don't think that you can essentially hide behind an objection to not produce the rest of the records, yet just offer the ones you want to offer in support of your argument. So I would object to it being included in that part. This would be a receipt. We asked for receipts. But more importantly, it's not the actual documents themselves, and there isn't a timestamp.
I do have the actual receipts for the boat and auto shop. I keep very good records. And if I would submit them to you, I would just like to get a copy because that's how I know when our oil needs to be changed again.
So you want to substitute the original for the photo? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Any objection to substituting?
If I can get copies of them, receive them,
Attach it.
if I can receive them for a second.
I have 3 copies of that. But Exhibit 20 on
They're on one page.
They're on multiple pages, well, and stapled.
it. Review this.
So I'll review my objection. Those are the originals. She's going to submit those. I'm not going to be arguing that that is an actual evidence, but I will renew my objection to that. You issued a subpoena that asked for all receipts. What they've done is they've selectively chosen to produce the things that support their argument, but refused to produce the rest of the documents that might undermine that argument, which is exactly why we subpoenaed it. I don't think that they're allowed in North Carolina law to cherry pick the documents when you've asked them to do it. Otherwise, they've waived the objection. They should have to produce everything that falls in this category, not just the things they want you to see.
I'm going to remove that objection because you told us you did not want to enforce. Just a minute, I should bring that back. Mr. Moore's got a copy of that. We do.
I would ask, the other photo is still part of this, though, and that has nothing to do with the
We're not going to use that one. We're going to take it 20 on it.
We want to revisit that one when we get the copies back. I'm happy.
Yes, sir, we will. As soon as she brings it back. Tracy, would you put the lights back on the table and not let me try to find the police or the city documents?
I don't know if Ms. Emerson would agree, but I'm happy for us to move on to other exhibits while we wait for those to come back.
Fine, we'll pay Ms. Emerson. We'll go back to exhibit 20.
Okay, I was just looking at the calendar here to be able to take a look at it.
20.
I was going to submit to you this picture of mail delivery at our Matthews address and also in mailbox here at the town of Santeetlah. The first picture shows our how the post office delivers the mail in a big tub, and that picture was taken last week on Wednesday, September 21st. I believe it's September 21st. And the picture on the right is a picture of poop sitting on our mailbox that I got inside the mailbox on March 31st, 2022. And I would like to submit those pictures as evidence.
No objection.
That will be admitted as exhibit 24.
Thank you. This is, I would like to submit to you as evidence. I'm the finance officer for the town of Santeetlah, and I frequently in town hall, at the town that Diane Simon had said was returned from here, and my signature on that check shows that we were here, and I was in the town hall on that day signing the check. I'd like to submit to you exhibit, this for exhibit 25.
Admitted.
I'm still looking at the check if I can have a moment.
Okay. I'll withdraw that so you finish.
So you don't have this actual check, do you, Ms. Emerson?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, the next I would like,
Okay. So I would object here in that this is a photocopy, partial photocopy of the check. And I don't think any foundation has been laid for how Ms. Simon would have received a check, or excuse me, Ms. Emerson would have a copy of a check from the town of Lake Santeetlah, or that this is an authentic copy of that check, how she got a hold of it, where that check is, etc. I would object to it being included here.
Ms. Emerson, can you tell me how you got the check, a copy of the check?
yes, I'm the finance officer, and I sign the checks, and also checks, as long as the account number is not submitted on the bottom, is public record. So that's
So this was, I'm trying not to cross-examine, but I'm trying to understand how she would have gotten a copy of this.
I sign off on the reconciliations of all the bank statements for the town.
We'll stand on our objection to this one.
Overruled. That'll be entered as exhibit 25. Yes.
I can't hardly get so far strained by the hearing exemption. You got to talk loud.
I'm sorry, is that better? I'll try and talk into it.
I just hear about half what you say.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Hold on just a moment. Davey, would you help Billy bring that podium up here closer, so that she's closer to us, so we can understand it?
Hold the microphone in her hand.
I'll hold it. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll hold it. I'll just try and be a little closer. Is that better? Is that okay?
You gotta remember to do that.
Okay.
You got to put it right in your chin. Hold it on your chest.
This is a picture of a receipt that we had from Sam Graves. We had a plumbing issue on March 31st, and he came on April the 1st, 2022. I do have a copy, I believe, in my pile, of Exhibit 30, showing that we were in the town of Lake Santeetlah at that date, which is the date that Diane said that our mail was returned, and I would like to submit that as evidence number 30.
Well, again, object to this one. One, we don't have the actual receipt. The board just asked for actual receipts. So if we're going to take it, I'd like the actual receipt.
Overruled. That'll be admitted as exhibit 30.
Do you need it?
That's okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and then the next slide is, okay, can you please go forward, try and get this through a little bit quicker. The next picture is a picture I took within the last month, walking on Thunderbird Trail, and this is showing Jim Hager's Tesla that he passed me on Thunderbird Trail when I was walking the dog within the town of Lake Santeetlah, and I'd like to submit that to you as exhibit number 26.
Do we have a date on this?
32.
32.
And that was taken in the last month.
This is taken in the last month,
Objection.
so August, September. Okay, the next picture, please, Sean. This is have them?
Yeah, I think the actual, if she's going to be submitting receipts, she should be submitting the receipts on it instead of a picture of it.
I have all of the receipts here that are in that pile that I would.
Show those because it's more written you all.
I would like to look through them.
After we finish, we'll hand them back to you.
Okay, thank you. I would like to submit those as evidence that we shop in Robbinsville. All of those receipts are from our times, and I don't usually keep them.
Just a minute.
Oh.
Let's wait for you.
It will take me a long period of time to go through each of these. I'm happy to take that time if that's what you need to do at this point, but I need to look at them one at a time.
I would like to submit them as exhibit number 33.
He has the right to
Okay.
review it,
Okay.
and so he can take his time to review it. Mr. Gore, would you like for us to call for a 10-minute recess?
That'd probably be most efficient with everybody's time for me to look through these.
We'll take a 15-minute recess. The time is
Robbinsville.
Okay,
And I would
so,
like to submit them as evidence, please.
okay, so a couple objections. On 33A, her testimony said they were in Robbinsville. There are receipts in there from Murphy and other locations. Again, I'm just clarifying the testimony that's there. I don't have a problem with 33As. They're close in proximity from 2021 and 22. So we don't have objection to what she's testifying to be, but they're not all from Robbinsville.
I'd like to clarify my statement then, please. I'd like to submit to you that these are receipts from Graham County and the surrounding county, Cherokee County, and I think the one in Nashville was taken out.
We don't, yeah, we're fine with 33A.
43A is admitted.
33B, those are receipts from 2018, 2019, not in close proximity to the time that she's planning to change her residency. They're irrelevant to that question. There's also a receipt in there from Asheville, and we would object to those being there.
I sustain 33B.
You want me to hand those way up there? You can keep changing.
I apologize. I sustain the objection to 33B.
You're going to keep on going, or you're going to give me back?
Pardon?
I think B is in your hand too.
Well,
You're going to keep them all?
that's in the record.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can move to the next slide, please, and the next one after that. I'd like to present to you our water bill. This is for our house at 124 Santeetlah. As you can see, the one water bill is from September 2021 with a graph that shows continual water use. And the second bill is from June 2021 to June 2022. That's the last bill that we received. And I would like to show to you continual water use. So I would like to submit those, please, as exhibit 34-5.
No objection.
Admitted.
Okay, this is,
Well, if I can, I'm sorry, if I can, I would like to, again, the characterizations here are from September 2020 through 2021. This bill only indicates usage from a period, it's hard to read, but it seems 6/17/21 through 9/27/21. The same here is March 22 through June 22 is representing to be from 2021 through 2022.
Will be admitted, and I instruct the board to don't accept the dates that's at the top of the September 2020 through 2021 and June 21 through June 22. submitted as Exhibit 35.
35, thank you very much. The next slide I would like to submit to you is bills for our rental cabin next door. This, as you can see, is a bill from June 2021 to June 2022, which shows that there's water use during the rental season, and then it drops off because we winterize the cabin in the winter, and then there's use again. So, and the second slide, the second picture is a slide from the data usage showing that there's no use from February until that first date in the spring, and then there's regular use and also a running toilet that we had. So I'd like to submit those to you as evidence 36, showing what a water bill looks like with use and no use.
I guess my objection here would be relevancy. This isn't for the residents they claim to live at. It's for the next door neighbor.
This is for our house.
We're going to submit it as Exhibit 36, but I instruct the board to disregard the writing in red on the second picture for that report on water usage.
I would like to also submit for the record that I'm showing you two bills for two houses that I own, both on, that John and I own, both on Lake Santeetlah side by side. One is our house and one is a rental. And that Mr. Norris submitted bills for other people that he showed. These are both of our properties. It's not someone else's property. They're both ours.
I'm still trying to read this. Just give me a second.
Which number are you looking at?
36.
37.
Are you on the 37 now?
Is it okay if I
Just slide this up now.
Yes, so I'd like to submit to you that this is the electric bill. Also comparing the two homes that we have, our cottage, that's the 124 Santeetlah. That's our home. Also comparing it for the same time period for our rental home, which is next door. As you can see on the 124 bill, there's a graph and it shows continual use of electricity and actually even more in the winter months. And on the cabin, 106 Santeetlah, that there's use and then it drops off completely in the winter months and then it picks up again in the spring. And I'd like to submit those two, please, as
We have the actual
number
bills.
37. I do.
Yeah, I think the actual bill should be what are admitted in the
Overruled. Admitted at 37.
37, thank you very much.
even with the writing.
I write on those when I get them and pay them.
You know, these aren't the actual documents that have been changed through writing afterward. These aren't the actual bills.
I'll tell the board to disregard the writing that's on the bills.
The next slide, I would like to submit to you, printout from my email account. These are printouts from Duke when I have emailed Duke Energy with a streetlight repair request. As you'll see, the request is dated March 30th, 2021 for 50 Santeetlah Cherokee Trail. Another request was on October 30th, 2021. And this shows that we walk around
I
Lake
would object to
Santeetlah
the
and
testimony about what it shows.
it shows that there has
Well,
been a
I
request
would
for
object to
streetlight
the
repair.
testimony about what it represents. The document speaks for itself.
I sustain that objection. Your relevance showing us this in is what?
The relevance I'm trying to show you is that we are in town at different times of the year and at different times of the day and night. We walk on the dogs in the morning and in the evening and the afternoon, and this shows you that when we walked at night and that there's a street light out, that we have requested that there be a repair for that street light for the safety of the citizens of our town. And on the right, you can see that that's a printout of the different street light requests that we made to do.
Excuse me, is that one of your duties as a board member?
No, it's not. It's for safety. It's very dark there at night, and if you go around a corner and the light is out, it's very dark. You cannot see. So I do it as a citizen of the town of Lake
We
Santeetlah.
actually have the documents.
And before I was on the board, so.
Yeah, our objection on 39 is produce the documents, the whole documents, not portions of them. If she's got them, she should produce the documents.
I'm sorry, which one?
39 is, I think, what we're on, so we can pick it up there.
Is 38, is the one that's on the screen 39, or is it second page 38?
I've got them marked separately. I've got 38, and then I've got this marked as 39.
Yours is marked as 39,
Yes.
ours is not.
I do have the original documents.
I will roll it and exhibit 39 is.
I would like to submit. Thank you very much. The next slide, please, John.
On exhibit 38, excuse me, one moment. I did state that that was sustained from 38, did I not?
That's what I heard.
Yes. And you heard me say it when you keep late.
Yeah.
This slide also shows you that since the dates are all throughout the year, this is something we've done before. I did not print out the evidence to show it to you before, but when we leave, we intend to return, and when we return, if the street light is out, we will send in a request from Duke Energy to repair the light so that we're not walking in the dark. So I would like to submit that as evidence.
I think it's been admitted.
That was submitted. Okay, thank you. And that's all I have. So, 39, I think you said.
For the benefit of the record, would you like me to read the exhibits that I think you had entered? Do you want to do that, Bill?
I think I already heard you, Mr. Moore, and I'm going to report tonight as well.
I apologize. Is that any better? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I was just thinking at this point it might be a good time to read in all of the exhibits that we understand to be in that Ms. Emerson has submitted. I'm happy to read those out, or if Bill wanted to up there, whichever, so we have clarity on what's in and what's out.
If you don't agree,
I'm not sure I have all of these. Mine are a little different. Mine are different on mine. I tried to keep track as we go along
ultimately, we're going to go
by the transcript.
or do you have a way of checking if they're reading whether they're going to
Yes. So do you want me to indicate that after each one?
Court feels like she has a good list, and I don't feel a need to go back over it. I just wanted to make sure that we have
You
it.
can go up, you did get them all.
So I'm looking real quick here, exhibit 2, the postcard, the voter registration card. I think that one was not, is that the same? You remember that at school?
I've got it admitted on exhibit.
I think the voter registration.
All right, that's the only one I can see right here that I got a question.
Okay.
Do you have any other testimony you wish to offer your witnesses, Ms. Emerson?
Yes. Would I offer the witnesses now, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Could I please call to the stand to Janine DeGarmo, please?
Yes. We did not enter exhibit 20 after we got that. Hold on just a second. We got our signature. We were to go back to exhibit 20 with the copies that you made, Ms. Emerson. The copies that were made with the receipt, exhibit 20 never did get entered or admitted after we made the copies. We did not go back to that, Mr. Norman, you agree?
I don't have that admitted in mine, unless y'all do.
May I request that they be submitted?
He had objected to
I
the
objected to them not having, essentially those bills.
original.
So I'm looking at it, I think that was meant to be. I've got exhibit 20, if y'all want to admit it this one.
You have no objection.
Not to be.
So exhibit 20 will be admitted.
Thank you.
Copies.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Garmo, would you care to spell your name for the court reporter?
Jeannine, capital GE, capital GARM.
And is that Mrs. Garmo? Or can you pronounce it for me?
DeGarmo.
DeGarmo? Mrs. Garmo, would you please take the Bible and place your hand on it? Do you swear or affirm, Mrs. Garmo, that the testimony you statement of information you shall give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may proceed.
Thank you. Janine, could you tell us a little bit about your professional history so that we can...
I'll hold the microphone. You can sit and hold it, it's fine.
Okay, that's fine, I can stand. I was a small business owner for 17 years in Illinois, moved to Orlando, became a teacher for 24 years, 17 of those as an administrator in Orange County Schools.
Do you have a home in Lake Santeetlah that you own?
Yes, we have a home in Lake Santeetlah, and we have a second home in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Did you register to vote in Graham County?
Yes.
Are you currently registered to vote in Graham County?
No.
Why did you change your registration?
Our registration is, for me, I'm the only one in our family that registers here, is when we are here during the elections, I vote here. When we are in Florida, I vote in Florida. I'm retired. I've been retired for 9 years. I'm trying to convince my husband to retire, sell the home in Florida, and move here full-time. Our intention is to retire here full-time. And at the present, we spend 8 months a year up here.
Before registering to vote here in Graham County, did you review the statutes and voter registration forms?
Yes.
Based on that review, did you believe that you were legally registered to vote here?
At this point, I'm going to object. I've not seen the relevancy. I know the board has been here late already. I mean, I don't know how Mr. Garmo's registration has anything to do with whether Ms. Emerson is actually a resident of the town or not.
I'm trying to prove that people come into the county and they hope to live here. It's our intent. And that sometimes you end up having to move your registration back and forth, but that your intent is to be here. Is that your intent?
Mr. Garmo's intent has not.
I sustain his objection.
Okay. When you are in Graham County, how much time do you usually spend here?
I'm going to again object to relevancy. Her amount of time she spends here has nothing to do with Ms. Emerson and how long she spends here.
Sustain.
When you are in at the Lake Santeetlah, do you see me here?
Yes.
Have you ever seen me at the Ingalls?
Yes.
Have you ever seen me outside of the Ingalls
Yes.
in Lake Santeetlah?
Yes.
Did you see me on Monday night
Yes.
when it was someone gave testimony that the lights were out on Monday night at my house?
Right.
Do you know where I was?
It's a mischaracterization. Nobody has testified lights being out on Monday night.
Yes, someone did. Do you know where I was on Monday night?
Yes.
Where was I?
We were at Jack and Connie Morris's house.
Who was there?
You and John and my husband Kenneth and I.
I think that's all I have, thank you.
I have a couple questions. Mr. Garmo, you are at present a resident of Florida, correct?
At present, yes.
Okay. You take a homestead exemption in Florida, correct?
My husband does.
Okay.
I'm buying a home in North Carolina, there's a home in, and there's a home
Sorry.
My husband claims the homestead exemption in Florida and does not change his voting. I claim the house up here. Our intent is to retire up here.
One of my questions I have is you were asked about whether you saw Ms. Emerson on Monday night, correct?
Yes.
You're aware that the challenge in this case was filed back in June of this year?
Yes.
Okay. So after the challenge is filed, claiming that Ms. Emerson doesn't live in Graham County, doesn't reside in Graham County, your testimony is that you saw her show up in Graham County
Many times, yes.
after the challenge was filed.
And before.
Can you list those dates? Before?
No, I didn't know I was supposed to remember every time I've seen people.
Okay, so you don't have specific dates of when you've seen Ms. Emerson in town prior to the challenge being filed?
Well, I have been to birthday parties, and I have been to dinners, and I have been to the grocery store, and I've been to the gas station, and many different places around, and I do see John and Tina both. Tina more than John because John travels, because we are friends with them.
But you don't have specific dates, do you?
No.
Okay, those are my questions.
But I was definitely at the Gross's Monday night.
Ms. Boyd, any questions from Mr. Barlow?
And just
Thank you.
one thing I wanted to note is I wasn't given an opportunity to
We were
cross-examine.
pleased to bring it up.
Ms.
and I
Emerson, I'm happy to do that
apologize.
another time.
Simply overlooked it. You have an opportunity where we can do it now. If there's no more questions of Mr. Garno, then Ms. Emerson, you have a chance to speak with her. Ms. Emerson, if you'll go back to the stand. Well, she should have been able to read it. She should have been able to ask Mr. Garno. Is there any other questions, Tina, you want to ask Mr. Garno?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you very much.
If you will go back to the stand, Mr. North has an opportunity now to cross.
Okay, Ms. Emerson, looking at Opponents Exhibit 5, these are the pictures of the road. You'd indicated that these were taken about a month ago, correct?
I believe I said within the last month.
Within the last month. That would be after the challenge was filed, claiming that you don't live in Graham County, correct?
The challenge claimed that, but yes, that was the picture.
After the challenge was filed, you took these photos.
Yes, because I didn't know I needed to take it beforehand.
Exhibit 8, I think you also testified that these were taken within the last month, correct?
That's right.
After the challenge was filed, correct?
Again, yes, because I didn't know I needed to take pictures before the challenge.
Exhibit 9, these photos also taken after the challenge was filed.
Yes, that's correct.
Exhibit 10, again, taken after the challenge was filed.
That's correct.
I'll ask you here, Exhibit 10, let me approach the witness. This White House here, that's Susan Robinson's house, isn't it?
That's correct.
I may approach the board. This is what I'm referring to here. This White House at the top of the exhibit. This is Robinson's. On Exhibit 12, you had essentially pictures of exhibits that were presented by Ms. Simon in her case, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. This indicate you were here for Ms. Simon's testimony, correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay. The first photo indicates that it's from January 4th, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
The second one says from January 7th, correct?
That's correct.
You heard Ms. Simon testify that you were here on the 6th?
I was here on the 6th
Okay.
and the 7th.
Exhibit 15. This you testified was from your camera, correct?
That's right, the security camera.
You collected this recently?
That was as of January, so,
No, I mean,
January this year.
when did you get the photo? When did you pull the photo?
I pulled the photo, I can't tell you exactly, but it was close to the time that she was there because our neighbors pointed out that she had been driving by and there was no record of her driving by before the election. And she started frequently driving by, and Jim also. And we did not know why there was a change. I've been threatened before, and so this is to verify that someone is driving by, and basically I felt like I was being stalked.
It's interesting
That's
here.
correct.
This photo does show your white Volvo there, correct?
That's right.
January 11th. And there's not a picture provided by Ms. Simon of you not being there on the 11th, is there?
Not that I know of, but she also testified that she didn't take pictures when she thought that we were home. So I kind of consider that a picture omission. So
Well,
she,
my question is, Emerson, is, she didn't produce an image from January 11th. You've got a photo here from January 11th saying you were there. That's consistent with what was presented earlier, is it not?
it is consistent that she said that when she drove by and she saw my car, she did not take a picture.
And she didn't submit photos to the board when you were there, and she didn't submit one for January 11th, did she?
No, but she submitted them for the time before that when I was there, and that's a continuation.
That's my question,
of that
is did
time.
she submit one for the 11th?
Not that I know, but I would have to go through your exhibits to check that out.
The next question about this exhibit is, you obviously have the ability to capture when your vehicles are on the property. Where are all the photos showing you being there on the different dates that Ms. Simon presented?
I do not capture all the vehicles, and a lot of times we turn off the disarm it because it becomes just too much. It becomes overwhelmed, and it tells me that you're going to use your battery, and so we disarm it.
You don't have any pictures showing that you were there that would refute the pictures Ms. Simon's presented, have you?
I would have to go back into my flash drive, that the camera, pull it out of the camera and go through hundreds of pictures.
My question is, you don't have any of that evidence
I
here
don't
with
have
you
any today.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I did show the pictures of the leads and the tire tracks. So,
That's not from your camera, is it? Those were exhibits we
that's right.
submitted. Exhibit 15 and 17. You, I think, asked Ms. Simon a couple questions during her test and cross-examination about your road being a dead-end road, correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's a Devon Road, yes.
Your exhibits 15 and 17, your testimony is that those are pictures of Ms. Simon's car going down the dead-end road, correct?
That's right.
So she was coming by, correct?
She was, yes.
And her photos that she presented showed photographs from when she did come by and take pictures.
I did not object that she did not come by.
Question here on Exhibit 25, this is the check for $100. The date on that is from April 1st. I don't believe, clarify for the board, what date did you sign this? Not the date the check is dated. What date did you sign this check?
Checks are ready at Town Hall, and they are signed on Thursday or Friday.
So these are pre-printed checks, correct?
They're pre-printed, and the council members can come in on Thursday or Friday and sign the checks every week.
What date did you sign this check? And I'm asking for the specific date.
I signed that check on April 1st, which is, I believe, a Friday.
Do you have anything on this check that indicates the date you signed it?
The date of the check is April 1st.
I understand that.
I did not indicate that. I'm just submitting to you that the checks are ready on Thursday or Friday.
Looking at Exhibit 30 here, this is a receipt. It's got 3 different colors of ink on it, correct?
I believe it's 2.
I see black, I see red, and I see blue.
Okay. I don't see the difference between the black and blue.
Who's Sam Graves?
Sam Graves is a local plumber here. Sam and his son, they are here in Robbinsville. I'm going to approach to retrieve 33A, that's the receipts that were in there.
What does it 47?
I hate to belabor the point, but I want to go through a few of these. Just sort of start at the back here. This is a receipt from Walmart, Waynesville, North Carolina, dated. I'm going to place these down here. I'm going to start sort of the same exhibit. I'm going to put these out. This is an Eagles receipt from Robbinsville. It's dated 8/9/21, correct?
Yes, it is.
The dates aren't on all the same locations here. This is from the Andrews ABC, and this is dated 7/26 of this year, correct?
Yes,
After the challenge was filed, correct?
that's correct.
This is a receipt from Fontana Village. This is an Eagles receipt from September 16th, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's right, that's right.
This is from September 12th of this year, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's correct.
It's from July 17th this year, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's right.
This is from July 22nd, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's right.
July 23rd, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's true.
July 19th, after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's true.
This one's from 2020, correct?
Mark, that's me. Yes, May 31st, 2020.
2 years before you plan to change your residence. This is from
July 25th.
after the challenge is filed. July 29th of this year, after the challenge is filed.
July 29th at Ingalls.
July 19th, after the challenge is filed.
July 19th, 2022. Yes.
Walgreens receipt, July 20th, 2022, after the challenge is filed, correct?
That's correct. Walgreens.
September 9th, 2022, after the challenge is filed, correct?
That's correct. Ingalls.
July 12th, 22, after the challenge is filed, correct?
That's correct.
August 24th, 2022, after the challenge is filed.
Yes, that's correct.
August 21st, 2022, after the challenge is filed.
August 21st at Ingalls.
September 7th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes. Walmart.
September 11th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes. Ingalls.
September 11th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes. Dollar General.
September 18th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes. Dollar General.
August 20th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Dollar General again.
July 20th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes. Post Office.
August 2nd, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Post Office again.
August 4th, after the challenge has been filed of this year. There.
Oh, yes, August 4th, County Delaware.
August 20th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes, at the Ingalls.
August 25th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes, at the Post Office.
August 25th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes, Family Dollar.
August 25th, 2022, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes, Dollar General.
August 2nd, 2022, challenge has been filed.
Yes, at Ingalls.
August 24th, after the challenge has been filed.
Yes, at Ingalls.
after the challenge was filed, correct?
July 11th, at the Dollar General.
It's from 7/20, that's from 7/21.
2021, okay. This is for November 7th, 2021 in the emails.
So,
May 22. Journal.
of these entire receipts, sort of have them separated. This whole stack of receipts that you collected after someone said you weren't living in the town, correct?
No, I don't collect them. They just happen to be ones that I haven't thrown away.
Well, the challenge was filed in early June, correct?
Yes, but I just haven't thrown
These
them
are
away.
all from after that time period.
That's because I live here.
So you start keeping them after the challenge was filed. You start seeing you in town after the challenge was filed.
No,
Less than half of them are from before that time period.
I believe there's another pack of receipts.
It's not part of, it's not admitted exhibit.
I didn't get to pick and choose and go through each one like you just said, to know if there's any in that pile that's during the challenge period. Just kind of being a trick.
My question for you is, these were kept by you after someone questioned your residency, correct?
No, that's not correct.
They're all from after the challenge was filed, correct?
That's true.
Okay.
But they were not kept because of the challenge.
A couple more questions. Those receipts are dated from 2022, and all of them that are after when you filed that registration, none of them point to when you were in the town in the 30 days prior to changing that registration, do they?
I don't know. I didn't look at the dates that closely, but from my understanding of the law is that you don't
So
have to
my
be
question was
30
about
days
what the
prior.
evidence showed, not what your understanding of the law is. So I asked you to answer the question that I provide, which is what does that evidence show?
The evidence shows that I have receipts that I hadn't thrown away. There were a pile of them. I had not gone through the dates like you did. And the other pile that was there, I did not also go through them to look at the dates either.
Those would be my questions.
The board then has a chance to ask Ms. Emerson a question. Ms. Emerson? I have a question, Ms. Emerson. When you decided to register and vote, at that point in time, was it your intent to live here and make this your permanent residence?
Yes, it was.
What is your intent to this day?
Our intent to this day is to make this our permanent residence, and that's why we gave up our voting residence in Grant County so that we could be permanent residents here. We shop here, we eat here, we stay here, we are here. And the houses, I didn't get to show you all the pictures, but if you saw the pictures of our house before, when we first bought it, both of them, they were a mess. They were an eyesore. And in the past few years, we've done a lot of work, well, from the beginning, we've done a lot of work on the houses. And now they're comfortable, there's seats, there's air conditioning, and they're comfortable to live in. And so our intent is to be here. I don't know why somebody would not want to be here. It's beautiful. We're on the lake, and it's beautiful. So.
And the address that you have in Florida, the mail for the home in Florida, does it also go to the Matthews address?
Yes, all of the mail goes to Matthews. We have a home in Virginia also that we rent out, and it goes also to Matthews. All of our mail goes there.
And your debit card, has it got the same address?
Yes.
Is it-
Our billing address, it's easier to keep track, and if you've ever moved a lot, you know how hard it is to keep track of things. And so all of the mail goes there. That's our mailing address. As if someone else were to have a P.O. box, that is our P.O. box, pretty much.
Are there any other questions?
Just one follow-up. You just said that essentially using the Matthews as your P.O. box. That's a P.O. box. It's over a 5-hour drive away, right?
No, it's not.
How long is the drive?
It's about 3 hours and 45 minutes without traffic and with only like one quick stop. So less than 4 hours. It could be more if there's traffic.
How many other people do you know that have a P.O. box that's approximately 4 hours away from where they currently reside?
Probably quite a few people.
How many do you know?
Well,
She knows me. I have two.
I'll
I apologize.
Okay, let's maintain order.
when Mr. Allen comes up, I'll ask him if he also, but there are other people. We have lived, like I said, in different places. We've lived around the world. When we were overseas, we had an APO address, and it came to there. We were in temporary housing. Almost every time we moved, we would have a different address, and we've been in Matthews since 2004. That's our mailing address there, and we are allowed to go back and forth. I don't think that when you register to go someplace, that you're only allowed to have one home. You can have as many as you want. We rent them all out except for the Matthews house, and we go there. I put the mail on hold with the post office.
Ms. Emerson, my question was how many other people you knew? I know this is kind of going on past what I asked. Those would be the follow-up questions I have.
Does anyone have any follow-up questions on the board today? Thank you, Ms. Emerson. Do you have other witnesses?
I do. If I may call them, please.
Yes.
Hope it will be. I would like to please call Alan Davidson, please.
Mr. Davidson, would you please spell your name for the public board?
Alan, A-L-A-N, Davidson, D-A-V-I-D, that's all.
Place your hand on the Bible as well. Do you swear or affirm, Mr. Davidson, that the testimony, your statement, and information you shall give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may proceed, Ms. Emerson.
Okay, thank you. Alan, how many years have your family owned homes in Lake Santeetlah?
32.
32 years. Are you registered to vote in Graham County?
I am.
Do you own more than one home?
My family owns 2 homes in the town of Lake Santeetlah and some undeveloped lots also.
And do you own homes other than in the town of Lake Santeetlah or other property?
I personally own property in Graham County. I personally own property in Georgia. My family, my mother, father, they own properties in multiple states all around the southeast. My father lives in Florida, where he
Do you have your mail sent to your Lake Santeetlah address?
I do not.
Object to relevancy again. Mr. Allen, excuse me, Mr. Davidson's, where he gets his mail, where he spends his time is not relevant.
I'm not going to do it. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
I'm asking that question because I was just asked, how many people do you know when I'm presenting as evidence? One person in this room, there are probably 3 or 4 other people in this room that do the same thing, that have their mail held at one place. So I'm just asking that question. Where do you have your mail delivered?
In Pineville, North Carolina, which is
In Pineville.
south of Charlotte.
Thank you. After the Board of Election preliminary hearing in July, you asked a question after the hearing was over to the Board of Election. Could you tell me what that question was?
I would again object. I would object to this.
Sustained.
Okay. Did you ask at the hearing?
Again, I object to it, sustained it.
Sustained.
And what is your belief of how many nights you have to sleep in your bed here in Lake Santeetlah to be a resident?
Sustained.
Did anyone challenge your registration here, your voter
Objection,
registration?
relevancy, again, this is not hearing on Mr. Davidson.
Overruled. Any question, Mr. Davis?
No one challenged my voter registration.
Thank you very much.
Mr. North, return to promise.
No question.
Does the board have any questions? Mr. Davidson? Thank you, sir. Next witness.
I would like to call Jack Rose, please.
Mr. Rose, please spell your name for the court reporter.
Jack, J-A-C-K, Gross, G-R-O-S-S.
Now, that you have in the Bible, do you, Jack Rose, swear or affirm that the testimony, your statement, and information that you shall give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
You may proceed.
Jack. Can you tell us, please, where you live here? What your Lake Santeetlah address is and how it relates to our home?
My wife's Lake Santeetlah address is 75 Nantahala Terrace, sometimes confused with Trail. And I stay with her somewhat often. My residence is in Florida.
Can you see your home? From your home, can you see our home?
Yes, I can see your home. I can see the entire cove because we are at the bottom. I can see Susan's home. I can see their home. I can see all the way out to the point.
Since we've been friends, have John or I ever told you what our intentions are?
Yes, you told us at gatherings, as we do for dinners and birthdays and just get-togethers, pontoon parties, you said that your intent is to whittle down some of your real estate slowly but surely and move out here to retire.
And you might have said this, but are you registered to vote in Grant County?
No, ma'am, I'm not registered to vote in Grant County.
And where are you registered?
I'm registered in Florida, North Florida, Live Oak to be exact.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you ever assisted John on home repairs at our home?
Multiple times I've gone over and assisted John Emerson, mostly working underneath his house, which can't be seen from the street. You can only see the yard that they spend time in if you're actually down there or come looking in from the lake. You cannot see who's walking around, who's working, or anything else from the street.
Before the challenge, and these pictures that were put in through exhibit by Diane Simon, how often did you see how often did you see Jim or Diane drive down Santeetlah Trail before the election in in November?
Before the election, I never saw them drive down Santeetlah Trail, and we, from our house, in our living room where we watch TV and spend a lot of time sitting, we have a clear view out our front windows of that street and their house.
When Diane and Jim started driving down our street, did you ever see either one of them get out and knock on our door?
No, ma'am, I didn't. I saw them drive by and take pictures. Actually, my wife and I stood out on the porch and waved to them while they were doing it.
Have you ever seen Jim shopping in Ingalls and Robbinsville?
I recently saw him within the past 3 weeks, I said, but I never saw him before they started selling wine and beer.
Have you ever seen Diane shopping at the Ingalls in Robbinsville?
No, ma'am.
Object at this point, again, relevancy.
You gotta overrule it.
From your house at night, what can you see of our house?
I see the lights out in the house every night.
I don't think I have any more questions, Jack. Thank you very much.
Just a couple follow-ups. You indicated that you worked with John Emerson on the house, correct, Mr. Gross?
Yes, that is correct.
Can you please speak up, Mr. Noel?
Sorry, my voice is
I understand.
getting a little tired. The question I'd ask for the board can hear is, you had testified that you helped Mr. Emerson at the house before work projects around the house, correct?
Correct, multiple times.
Okay. What are the times, what dates?
I don't have exact dates, just multiple times.
Okay. It's not your testimony that that occurred leading up to the change in residency or after?
There were at least 2 times when we were crawling around in the house looking at pipes, and we actually worked together putting support under his kitchen, and that was after they registered to vote here.
2 times. Okay. Those are my questions.
Does the board have any questions? Go ahead, Mr. President.
Yes, I have one. You said that you heard the Emerson state their intent to settle here permanently.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me some time and some dates when that you might have heard that?
It would have to be a guess, but it would be a couple of years after they purchased their house that they started talking about, like I said, whittling down and retiring out here.
Just to follow up, that would be 2016, correct?
They purchased the house, yes, 2014 is when they purchased, so probably after 2016.
Thank you.
Are there other questions from the board? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other witnesses?
No, I don't have
Do you have any rebuttal witnesses or evidence, Mr. Dorr?
See, it's 7:36. Could you give me 4 minutes to consider and come back at 7:40, and then I'll have an answer for you?
How about you, 7:45, and we take it back on the board?
Okay. Thank you.